Hello and welcome to the castle for the district championship between Creekside and Sandalwood. I'm Noah Schlick alongside Brody McGuff and Oscar Earl, and we have got history on the line. With a win, Creekside secures their first district title in the football program's history. They can clinch their fifth straight playoff berth and the district title with a win tonight, and this one is a big one. Brody, Oscar, pleasure to have you guys up in the booth.
Thank you for having me, Noah.
Thanks for having us, Noah. Can't wait for a great night of football.
Should be a good one between Creekside and Sandalwood. The Knights come in 4-4 off a loss to Rains last week. However, they've really improved throughout the season. We're seeing some good signs going into the playoffs. This week they'll be without Aaron Satiris, Kyle Payton, Charlie Roddenberry, Luke Johnson, and Nico Weiss. So the injuries starting to pile up a bit for the Knights. But the good news for them, players who were questionable this week that are playing include Eros Talfer, Sean Aschenfelder, and Harrison Garrido. So some key guys that will be going tonight. 22 sacks over the last 5 games for Creekside, and they've held opponents under 100 rushing yards per game since Colton Lavelle returned 3 games ago. Oscar, I want to start with, how are you feeling about Creekside at this point in the season, that defense specifically?
I'm feeling good, no. I mean, we called a couple games earlier in the season when Creekside was really struggling to find their identity and find out who they were as a team, but specifically defense, I mean, we have really come together as a team. Our defense has played a lot better. Front 7, getting after the quarterback has really been a key that we've kind of keyed in on. And as you see, Tyce Donnelly being huge, that front 7 being huge, and offense has really started to get into rhythm too, and have really started to click with the run game and everything. So I'm really confident we have a big game here tonight and a big game next week as well.
Sandalwood enters this game 0-8, and we will get to them after the national anthem performed by the Power of Creekside. Here we go. Captains getting set to meet at midfield. Creekside and Sandalwood getting ready for action. And as I mentioned before the national anthem, Sandalwood enters 0-8, losers of 18 straight games. Their last win 721 days ago, which was a 27-24 victory over Spruce Creek. The Saints enter this game averaging just over 5 points per game, being outscored 306-42. Brody, what kind of mindset does Creekside have to keep from overlooking a struggling opponent like this?
Yeah, this is a classic trap game, but I also think it's a great opportunity for us to tighten up everything we got going, tighten up, especially with offense and defensively tonight. Definitely with pass coverages, and throughout all the defensive plays and the offensive plays that we haven't ran much this season, and see how they work against a team like this, and see if we want to use it in later weeks this season.
And now to our keys to the game. First up, Oscar, what's your key for the Creekside Knights?
Tonight, my key to the game is to dominate. I think Creekside is the better team on the offense, defense, and special teams unit. I want to just assert dominance, honestly. Like, this is the district championship game. Show why you deserve to be the district championship.
Yeah, Brody, what are you thinking for tonight?
I'm thinking, again, to piggyback a little bit off what Oscar said and what I said earlier, I think we need to tighten up special teams. This is a special teams unit this year from Creekside that is really not familiar. Usually we have a pretty solid special teams unit. We execute well on punts and field goals and PATs, but had some bobble snaps and had some kick returns we let up this year. I just think today is a great opportunity for us to really tighten on those things and just play some disciplined football on special teams and realize how important it is, because it has almost and lost us some games.
For Creekside, my key for tonight, create big plays. I know a lot of times with the Knights we talk about limiting those, but with Sandalwood, they bring a lot of pressure. They blitz on almost every single play, and that opens up gaps downfield. So I want to see Creekside create some big plays, some big runs with Harrison Garrido, and some big passing plays downfield. That's what I want to see from Creekside in this football game. Creekside, this is their 4th matchup against the Sandalwood Saints all time. Their last meeting was in 2021, a game where Creekside won 20-16. And Oscar Brody, I believe you were both freshmen for that game, correct? What do you remember from that? Freshman, sophomore, what do you remember?
It was sophomore year. I was a 6-quarter player at the time. That means I played 4 quarters JV, 2 quarters varsity. And that was a great game to watch. It was very competitive. Sandalwood was a lot better team back then. Came down to the wire. Came down to a 4th and 5 fake punt out route to our linebacker Ian Mooney, and that sealed the game. We kneeled it out from that point as Sandalwood was coming back. It was a great game. Sandalwood's a different team now, and so is Creekside. It's been a few years since we played, so I'm very excited to see what happens tonight and what we got for in store.
This is the 2nd straight week. I'll make that the 3rd straight week. Creekside has faced a Duval school. The Knights are 11-3 against Duval County schools dating back to 2020. They look to build upon that success and win a district championship tonight. Sandalwood has taken the field. They are in gold helmets, white jerseys with navy blue numbers, blue pants with a gold stripe down the side. The Knights breaking through their banner, being led out by the new Creekside mascot. Swaying side to side, entering the field. They enter black helmets, black jerseys, red numbers, and white pants, going after the district championship.
Very spiritual. We're in high spirits tonight. Love to see that the mascot's getting some action with the football players. But got to make sure we're very locked in and ready to play this game. This is a district championship. We played a very few district championships. We never won one. So I hope you lock in tonight and play a solid game.
And gotta say something off of that, yeah, you cannot overlook your opponent. Again, I understand Sandalwood is a winless team. However, this is the district championship. If you lose this game, you still don't know if you make the playoffs. It'll be up in the air, but just go ahead and take care of business. Be locked in all 4 quarters and win your first district championship in school history.
Back to receive for Creekside, Caleb Taylor Birch and Jackson Earl. Aiden Piper, the kicker for Sandalwood. And we are underway. The district title on Schlick Sports starts off with Birch taking it on the 10-yard line, running it back 20, 25, 30, little space, 35, 40, taken down past the 40-yard line. Creekside sets up shop near midfield.
Great job by the return team right there. Caleb Taylor Birch found a hole and took it. Great job, great blocking right there. And as we've talked about in previous broadcasts, as long as Creekside has had good field position, we have really capitalized on that and scored on many of those drives. So another great field position on our own, about 43-ish. So let's see if Creekside can get a drive here.
Creekside has lost the turnover battle in 5 games this season. Something to look out for as they take the field. A turnover margin of -7, so trying to avoid some of those turnovers tonight as they take the field. 2 receivers to the right, nobody left. Heavy package. Garrido, the running back. Aschenfelder gives it to the left side. Garrido with a little bit of space up near the 50-yard line, going to fall short around the Creekside 49.
That's a great sign to get Harrison Garrido back in that run game going as Creekside looks to go hurry up. And Garrido got hurt first play last game, so great to have him back.
2nd down and about 4 yards for the Knights. They give back to Garrido, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage around the 48. It'll be 3rd down and 5, and there's going to be plays like that with how much pressure Sandalwood brings.
100%. I mean, you can already see him stacking the box right here. Looks like they have almost 6 down linemen maybe and a linebacker right in the middle of that. So they're going to bring pressure all night. So run game, you're going to have to be gap sound and get on those blocks.
Ripa and Birch, the receivers to the right. Knights look to pass. Aschenfelder dumps it off to Garrido, the running back to the 45, cuts it back, shy of the line of scrimmage. Creekside will go 3 and out from the looks of it as they bring out special teams.
Great job by Sandalwood's defense right there. Credit them. Had a lot of guys pursuing to the ball, and nothing was open downfield, so Sean just had to check it down to his running back, and early punt here for Creekside.
Marshawn to kick this one away. This will be his 14th punt of the season. Big time stand for Sandalwood to start the game. Knights line up. The snap is good. The punt is away. A line drive going to take a hop inside the Sandalwood 25 to the 15, still rolling to the 10. Inside, down by the 6-yard line. Good work from Evan Marchand. Sandalwood will set up on their own 7-yard line. Sandalwood taking over as a struggling offense. This is a team that comes in averaging just over 5 points per game. They're going to need to do better than that tonight. Brody, what are your keys for the Creekside defense in this game?
Just keep doing what we do. Be physical up front. Make sure we stay on top of routes. They got an athlete at receiver. And QB's a little nifty too. And halfback can break off some runs too sometimes. So just play some Creekside defense and be physical.
Jarrell Sims, the quarterback, lines up under center. Hands it off, running to the right side. The Saints forward to about the 11, 12-yard line. That was Jordan Washington, the running back.
Yeah, they start off under center. Don't really see that too often in high school anymore, at least in Northeast Florida. Get a solid gain out of that. Looks like a 4 or 5 yard gain and bring up second and manageable for the Saints offense.
It's 2nd down and 6 for the Creekside Knights. Excuse me, for the Sandalwood Saints. Creekside on defense has shown some improvement, and especially in that run game, a 4-yard carry to kick things off for the Saints offense. But with Colton Lavelle returning for Creekside at linebacker, they've been able to hold opposing teams under 100 yards per game rushing in their last 3. Timeout on the field as it took a long time for Sandalwood to line up coming out of the huddle. It'll be 2nd down and 6, Sandalwood on their own 11, 10-yard line when we return. 9:46 to play in the first quarter. We are scoreless on Schlick Sports. When the Creekside Knights need someone they can trust on the field, they count on each other. When it comes to planning for the future, their families can count on Chris Letty at Heekin Law. Chris Letty is a local St. John's neighbor and the premier estate planning attorney in Northeast Florida. With a reputation for protecting families and their legacies, Chris is there for all your estate planning needs. From wills and trusts to comprehensive estate plans, Chris Letty has you covered. Reach out today at 2nd down and 6, Sandalwood just past their own 10-yard line. The offense goes play action. Sims fires over the middle, complete around the 20-yard line, down around the 22.
Sandalwood Saints going with a big type of offense. I see some tight ends in there, maybe an extra lineman. Like the play call there, they motioned somebody out to the right side and runs a little crosser route. Got rid of the ball quick. I think they're going to try that all night. I think they're just try quick throws, get rid of the ball quick because they don't really trust in their own line against our defensive line, and I will watch out for that occasional shot.
1st and 10, Saints on their own 22. Jarrell Sims with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Play action, no, he hands it off up the middle. Washington past the 25 to about the 28-yard line. A good gain on the run there, and Sandalwood moving the ball pretty well to start off this drive.
Yeah, this is a team they got nothing to lose. They're just out here trying to play some football. They got 2 games left of the season. They're not gonna go in the playoffs. This is the seniors' last 2 games. Backs against the wall, just out here to prove something to themselves, and they're doing a good job so far.
2nd down and 3. 2 right, 1 left. Washington remains the running back. It's a high snap, ball on the ground. Sims recovers it. And that's a mistake by Sandalwood in which they cannot afford. It goes from 2nd down and short to 3rd down and 9.
They'll credit Tice Donnelly with the sack there, and that just continues to add on for the stat sheet for his massive season. The role he's played, Brody, I know you know much about it with Cole Long last year. He's kind of fit into that Cole Long role where he's been a dominant force on the edge of the season.
Definitely. It went from Christian Youssef Zada to Cole Long to Tice Donnelly. These are all going to go down as some of the best defensive ends to go through Creekside. And Tice is, I think, the one with the most sacks out of all of them.
Tice Donnelly Now with 12 sacks on the season, he has been a monster. More on that in a minute as Sandalwood takes the snap, looking to pass on third down over the middle. Caught around the 30-yard line. Going to be close to the first down markers. He is short. Another pass complete to Amari Richardson. Not the #1 guy on this team, but you'll see him featured a lot at wide receiver. And Sandalwood now on their own 30-yard line, staying on the field, 4th and 2. An interesting call by this offense. They're huddling up, trying to go for it potentially. They've already spent one timeout. I wouldn't see why they'd want to use another one here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sandalwood playing aggressive, and they go with the QB sneak. Flag on the play, but for now it looks like they got it.
It's a weird call to call a QB sneak with 3 yards to go on 4th down your own side of the field. Could be a false start, though.
And it is a penalty against the Saints. Maybe too many men on the field. That wasn't a false start.
I think it was a legal formation, Noah. I think that's what the hand signal is, but it looks like Sandalwood's going to go on and punt, which is the right call. I think that was a very gutsy move by their head coach right there with QB sneak on 4th down, and even going for it on 4th down right there. I think you need to try to let your defense go to work, and they had a great first drive.
Yeah, maybe showing what Sandalwood's mindset is tonight, trying to be aggressive. Brad Kessel in his first season as Saints head coach, trying to get a win, light a spark in his program.
They can lay it all out in the line. They have their 0-8. They can show up the whole playbook.
Piper to kick this one away on 4th and 7. Backed up Saints on their own 25. Caleb Taylor-Birch only on the 50. This punt barely away. Might have been tipped at the line a little bit. High in the air. Only gets to the first down marker. Takes a hop back, and that's going to be a 7-yard punt for the Sandalwood Saints. Creekside's offense sets up around the Sandalwood 33, 32-yard line.
More good field position for Creekside. Would really like to see a touchdown right here. Maybe try to get that run game working, as I think we have the advantage. I think our offensive line has done a tremendous job the second half of the year. So if we can get that going, I think we can really control whatever we want for this game.
The Knights offense out on the field. Going with the huddle, 1st and 10 on the Sandalwood 32-yard line. 2 receivers lined up on the left side. 1 wide right is Michael Bysham. Harrison Garrido, the running back, they gave it to him on the left side, trying to find the edge. Gets it. Going to get about 5 yards down around the 25, 26.
You can really see what Sandalwood's game plan is. They're just going to make sure we are not able to run the ball. If you're Sandalwood, they really want our outside receivers to make an impact. And lucky for us, we have Eros Toffer coming back from an injury, so that is certainly helpful, as I'm not sure if he's on the field, but we're getting backed up for a flag.
Yeah, I haven't seen Eros out on the field yet. It's a holding against Creekside, so it'll be 1st down and 20 after the 5-yard carry. Offset on the flag.
Holdings are drive killers, Noah, and unfortunately that backs us up a 10, but maybe look to the intermediate pass game here.
2 right, 1 left. Rolling right, Ashenfelder looking to pass, feeling some pressure. Friars downfield, he's got Ripa inside the 20, out of bounds. Nice play by Ripa and Ashenfelder. A dime on the run.
That's a great job by Creekside. Sandalwood's going to be in man coverage on the outside as they're going to stack the box and stop the run, so getting Sean to roll out is important for us tonight.
Scoreless, Creekside, 1st and 10 in the red zone. They hand it off, right side. Harrison Garrido is going to be stopped at or behind the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the tackle. 6:25 to play in the first quarter. Each team not doing much in their first offensive drives, but now Creekside inside the red zone. We'll see what this flag is. Penalty against the Saints for a face mask. That'll move Creekside forward maybe half the distance to the goal. Giving them 5 yards, 1st and 5. It's not face mask. 2 receivers bunched in on the right side, 1 left. Garrido the back, they give it to him up the middle, 1st and 5 inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 3. It'll be 1st and goal for the Creekside Knights.
Great inside run there by us, as I think we're going to try to look to go hurry up again, and maybe a quarterback sneak is my guess, but great job by Creekside with the inside run game.
Creekside again going up the middle with the run. Garrido into the end zone. It's a touchdown, Creekside.
That's your bread and butter if you're Creekside today, going right up the middle. You have the advantage with the offensive line, and Garrido goes like a cannon through the offensive line and scores in big, not opening drive, but second drive touchdown. We'll kind of cross that first drive out of our books, but great job to see our Creekside offensive line dominate so far.
On for the extra point, Marshawn up and good. 7-0 Creekside. Night scoring plays brought to you by CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville. 6:01 to go in the first quarter. Our score, Creekside 7, Sandalwood nothing.
Okay, what does this mean then?
I think it had been an offside.
The steps you take on purchasing or selling your house should never be taken alone. As a North Florida top real estate professional advisor, Angela Tharp has served our area's families for the past 25 plus years, with almost 700 closed transactions in our area. Those who close on any home with Angela truly value her knowledge, depend on her communication across the process, and they rely on her fierce determination to achieve the best for their family. Reach out to Angela Tharp to get started today. First quarter of action, and Creekside, coming off the rushing touchdown from Harrison Garrido, gets set to kick this ball away. Evan Marchand up into the night skies, the sun setting at Creekside, the ball taken in on the 1-yard line. Sandalwood trying to run it back. Not much real estate there inside the 10-yard line, breaking a couple tackles, and down out of bounds around the 8-yard line was Aaron Herman, I believe, on the return. And on the own 12-yard line, Sandalwood will take over offensively, and they were able to pick up a first down their first time out. What do they want to replicate in this second drive build upon?
The Saints offense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd keep doing the short passes across the middle. It's working out for them well. Our linebackers are very run-read first, so I think they must have noticed that in some film studies. So they like to cross right across the middle off rip. I'd keep with the quick game with the receivers out wide and keep running the ball right up the middle.
One right, one left, bunch formation. They start with a give, left side looking for space and finding none. Jordan Washington goes down on his own power back around the 5-yard line. He just gave up, seeing nothing there.
Yeah, they go bunch left to the field side with a single receiver on the right. It's literally the same play we ran on offense around the Saints' 35-yard line. It's a stretch to this bunch side. Didn't work out for them. Didn't work out for us.
Now set up 2nd down and 17. Saints on their own 5-yard line. This is the danger zone if you're on offense. Trips right, nobody left. They motion in a man. That's Michael Bush. Look out for him. There's a flag down in the end zone. False start against the Saints. Now they'll be on their own 2.5.
Miscues for the Saints early. That is, I think, 2 in their last 2 drives that back them up, and you are on your 2 or so yard line, and if I'm Sandalwood, I'm going to try to stay away from our pass rushers, and I think Creekside now moving Tice Donnelly to the inside, so look for maybe a stunner if they like a matchup with a guard with Tice, I think maybe to bully him and try to get a safety right here.
2nd down and 19, nearly 20. 2 right, 1 left. They give it up the middle, and nothing there. They might have lost a yard. Running back got lost in the pile on the offensive and defensive lines, and it's looking like they give him the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and about 20 yards to go. Sandalwood on their own 2-yard line.
Based off the last punt Sandalwood had. I wouldn't be surprised they actually try to throw this ball here. If I were them, I'd just take a 1 to 2 step drop and just throw it to your best playmaker on the outside and hope they could just make a play.
3rd down and 20. Just over 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Creekside. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and it's a quarterback sneak up the middle. They're just trying to get some yards and not take a safety. So we saw the really aggressive call from them on their first drive, and now they go extremely conservative on 3rd and 20.
Yeah, they don't want to let up those 2 points, but they really need to execute here on special teams with their punt team. Last time it really looked shaky, and this time they have no room to work with. I do see a blocked punt incoming right now.
All right, we're seeing a block punt according to Brody McGuff. Let's see if it comes to fruition. Knights with a heavy front, backed up on the very edge of the end zone. Piper takes the snap. The kick is away. This one better, taken in around the 34-yard line. Birch running it back inside the 30, hit around the 26. Gets down to about the 25. So Creekside's offense in prime real estate again, trying to make it a 2-possession game.
That's something we've obviously talked about early. Creekside getting good field position. We have not started to drive with bad field position. Caleb Taylor Birch maybe could have cut that inside and got a little bit more yards, but great job catching the ball, as Creekside special teams has really been an issue the past couple weeks, and I think catching the ball is really just step one, and get step one and get what you can get. So great job by Caleb Taylor Birch right there, as offense maybe looks to keep the run going.
They backed him up 1 yard from the original marking, and having some issues right now maybe with the, I don't know, the officials making a motion up to the press box and now blow their whistles, ready to go. 2 left, 1 right, Creekside play action. Ashenfelder looking to throw, fires. It is caught by Caleb Taylor Birch inside the 15, just shy of it maybe. He made a circus catch, fought off some contact, came close to the first down.
Yeah, I don't know how Caleb Taylor Birch caught that ball, but that was miraculous. I thought he was going to get smoked, but somehow got away from that.
On the 17-yard line, 2nd down and 1. They hand it off up the middle. Garrido powers through the 15-yard line, down around the 10. And did he bring that in one-handed?
I have no clue, but he might have. I just thought he was going to get smoked. I was holding my breath, but great job by Caleb Taylor Birch escaping that.
I thought he was going to get killed. I was for sure. I was like, oh no. Right when the ball was released, I was like, oh no.
High pass, and he was able to make a great catch. 2 bunched in on the right side of the line, 1 wide left for Creekside. Garrido, the back. Ashenfelder looking to throw. He fires. It's caught. Ripa to the 5, towards the goal line. He is in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Creekside.
Rocco Ripa has had an incredible game so far. The first long catch on the sideline, and that one he catches a little hitch right in the middle of the field and makes a move on the defender and goes in for the touchdown. And Rocco Ripa, this second half of the season, has really been such an important piece of the Knights offense. And looks like we're going, oh no we're not, we're kicking the extra point. I saw Sean on the field, but kicking the extra point, and great start for Creekside.
The snap, the kick is good on the extra point, and Creekside up 14-0 on the touchdown reception from Rocco Ripa. He threw a touchdown and caught a touchdown last week, and now in the first quarter, Ripa with another touchdown reception for the Creekside Knights, his 3rd of the season. Knights lead 14-0, 3:17 to play in the first quarter when we return on Schlick Sports. This time next year, Windows 10 support will end. To be specific, October 14th, 2025. That means Microsoft will no longer provide security or technical support for Windows 10. Is your business ready for this change? If not, give CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville a call at 904-447-7574 or email us at support-swjacks@cmitsolutions.com. 14-0 Creekside after the passing touchdown to Rocco Ripa. Evan Marchand kicks it away. Back to receive, taken in just inside the goal line is Tyree trying to run it back inside the 10. He's taken down. Man, these returners either need to call a fair catch or they need to work north to south.
I think they're always returning it because they have a little doubt in their offense. I mean, it's not looking good for them so far. So they're like sitting there like, hey, let's go make a special teams play. Maybe we can score this way. But it's really not been working out for them. If I were them, I'd rather get some better field position because it feels like the last 2 drives they started inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, really, they're just hurting their offense at this rate. They started on the 12 last time, and now they set up shop on their own 7-yard line. And they started on their own 6 on their first drive after the punt. Okay, open up 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Michael Bush. Look out for him. We haven't seen him featured yet, but he's a big-time threat. Sims fires, complete at the 4-yard line on a screen. To about the 10, 11-yard line goes Amari Richardson, his 3rd reception of the night. And I'm waiting for Michael Bush. He's their number 1 receiver. He's caught every single touchdown pass, and the Knights have blanketed him so far in coverage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many times they've looked this way, but on the last play there, they ran a read option RPO there where the QB can, when he pulls it, he can decide to either run it himself or throw that little bubble screen on the left side, and that's a great play call for the Saints. Set up 2nd and 5. And that's the stuff they got to do. They got to do the short plays. They got to do short passes because the run is starting to get away from them, and Creekside Knights' defensive front is going to stop the run. So I think their best chance tonight is a bunch of quick passes and a bunch of different ways to do it.
3 receivers right, nobody left. Sims looking to pass, feeling pressure from Donnelly, shakes it off, fires down the field, incomplete, nobody there. A miscommunication with Amari Richardson. Jarrell Sims off to a solid start in this game. First time they've really looked downfield, and it just wasn't there for the Saints.
No, it looked like he was trying to point him upfield there. Looks like they're, like you said, a miscommunication there with what they wanted to do, not on the same page there. But it looks like we got a Saint down right now on the field. He's limping hard.
And that is Michael Bush, who's not only their top receiver, but one of their top defensive players as he hobbles off the field. Hopefully just a cramp for him, if anything.
Definitely don't like to see that. You want kids to be healthy. You want them to enjoy their high school careers. Hope he's all right. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Hopefully we can see him back in this game. He can play some good football.
Michael Bush is a senior for the Sandalwood Saints, and he's been just such an important part of this Sandalwood Saint offense. And Tice Donnelly almost got his 2nd sack of the game this drive.
3rd down. 3 right, nobody left. Saints looking to pass. Jarrell Sims rolling right, feeling some pressure from the corner, rushing. He gets it off to the line of scrimmage, and a big-time hit. Tice Donnelly with a punishing hit just inside the 15-yard line.
I was getting a little worried there. He threw it in the flat. I'm not exactly sure who got the ball there, but made a good move on the first guy, and then he was about to make the same move on Tice, and Tice said, no, you ran into a brick wall.
3rd down, unsuccessful. There is a flag down on the field. We'll see what this is.
I think there's a flag.
Oh, and they're asking for them to stop the clock. I don't know what's going on. It'll be 4th down and 2 after the decline penalty that was against the Saints. One to the right, 2 to the left. They look to punt from just inside their own 20 on 4th and 2. Piper takes the low snap, couple steps, and then he kicks it away. It was tipped maybe at the line and just inside the 40-yard line after some weird hops. Creekside's offense will set up on the Saints 39.
That special teams punt team for the Saints, I feel like they're just asking for a punt block. He's taking his time back there. That's why I called it last time. I thought we were going to get it there, but they picked up very well in the end zone.
Yeah,
but, right there, it really looked like I thought it was about to get blocked again.
I wasn't sure because correct me if I'm wrong, but on their previous punt formations, they didn't have that many gunners. It looked like after taking a few steps to the left, he was maybe thinking about throwing it, but kind of an emergency punt at the end. 3 left, 1 right for Creekside. Arrows Taufer in the game. Knights look to pass, and Aschenfelder looks his way. Caught inside the 30-yard line. Good to see him back out on the field. Taufer had a couple career games before he got hurt against Fleming Island. In his last 2, he's participated in a combined 308 receiving yards.
There he is. There's our #1 receiver that we're glad to have back, and looks like they're respotting the ball, but glad to have him back. He is definitely going to be an important part if we want to make a playoff push.
Creekside on the Saint 28-yard line. 55 seconds remain in the first quarter. 14-0 Creekside, our score. Play action, they get in on a screen. Caleb Taylor Birch with some room to maneuver. Forward inside the 20 to the 15, 10, still chugging inside the 5. Caleb Taylor Birch out of bounds, first and goal, Creekside.
That's a great play call by our offensive coordinator. That's just Sean can either hand it off, or if we have numbers outside, we can just dump it off, and Creekside's going to hurry up and look for the run right up the middle, which is what we scored on last time.
First and goal on the 5-yard line. 2 receivers wide on either side. The Knights hand it off. Garrido up the middle, looking for the end zone. Does he have it? Still waiting on the signal, and they're going to put him just shy on the 1-yard line.
And I think here comes the Sean Aschenfelder quarterback sneak if they don't let the clock run out. Or again, a Garrido right up the middle.
We'll see. Just under 20 seconds now to play in the first quarter. 14-0 Creekside, and they're on the 1-yard line. 2 receivers wide to either side. Garrido, the running back. Aschenfelder looking to pass now, shakes off a sack, but then gets hit around the 10-yard line. I don't know about that.
I don't like that at all, no. I mean, if anything, take the clock down to zeros. However, I mean, you're on the 1, if not the half-yard line, and your offensive line has gotten great push all night. I think you have to run it right there, no matter if they know you're coming. If they know it's coming, make them stop you. That's how I feel.
Well, that takes us to the end of the first quarter. It'll be 3rd down and goal for Creekside on the Sandalwood 8-yard line when we return. Our score after 1, Knights 14, Saints nothing. Real estate is changing, and you need an agent that's on top of it. Whether you're selling or buying, Tom Moore covers all the Jacksonville and St. John's areas. When you need a realtor, ask for Moore. Tom Moore. Creekside 3rd down and goal on the Sandalwood 8-yard line after the 7-yard sack. Knights again doubles to either side of wide receiver. 5 men blocking and a heavy front from Sandalwood. This is where you got to get that ball out if you're passing. They motion in Caleb Taylor Birch to the right side. Aschenfelder looking to pass. Heavy blitz under pressure. Sack back by the 20-yard line.
If you're Sean, that's the one thing you can't do. Take a sack right there, because now it takes out any possibility of going for it on 4th down, and you got to kick it. But Sean just had to get the ball out quick right there, and he did. And this was a ball on the half-yard line, and now it's a pretty long field goal for Evan Marchand.
37-yard field goal. His career long 36. The snap a little high but handled. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right. 14-0. The score remains. And Sandalwood's offense will take back over.
I think that was a good rep to have, though, for Evan Marchand to see if he can do an in-game, pretty long kick for high school. I'm not exactly sure what the yardage was on that one, but it's definitely a good experience for him. And see if our defense can go out there and make a stop.
1st down and 10, Sandalwood on their own 20-yard line. They've got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. I got a question for you about that series. in the second after the snap. Sims feeling pressure. Play action, run into his right. He is sacked. Colton Lavelle gets in there for what will probably be a tackle for loss. Second down and 12. Do you think Creekside was just trying out some of their goal-to-go passing plays right there?
100%. I think again, this is a game where they test some new plays out, see what works, see what doesn't. Again, this is a team we should beat. I mean, we shouldn't take them lightly, but this is a team we should beat. Our defense is playing great. So go try some new things out. I mean, was I completely with the calls we called? No, but I'm okay with calling some new calls and see what else could work for us, because we usually run the same 3 plays in red zone.
Yeah, but when you see an engage 8 like that, you know you have to get that ball out immediately or check out of it. Flag on the play as Sandalwood is going to be called for a false start, setting up a 2nd down and 17. Saints back on their own 13-yard line.
You know, it's really good to see. I love looking down the field for, I feel like what feels like the first time this season, we have our 3 linebackers all together playing with each other. We got Josh Guy, we got Luke Millenor, we got Colton Lavelle, 3 studs, and they finally get to play with each other when they've all dealt with injuries. I think except Josh Guy. I think Josh Guy's been healthy the whole season.
Yeah, and also credit to Noah Eisnick, Asher Yusufzada, and Nolan Nelson, who've been able to step in. Danny Aprobato, obviously, but those 3 guys are difference makers on the field, and it's great to see them back out there.
For sure.
2 left, 1 right. Shotgun formation. Looking to pass. Sims firing way down the field, and he overshot his man by about 5 yards.
Yeah, he dropped back. There's pressure immediately in his face. I think he wanted to take the shot before the ball was even snapped. Sent that one. It was a little bit of a moon ball. I don't even know if it was catchable. I think it was out of bounds. And that'll bring up 3rd and a country mile.
I think if you're Sandalwood, you got to try to get the ball out quick. I think our edge rushers are so good, and they get to you so quick. Sims was pressured in the pocket almost instantly, so dropping back and holding on the ball may not be the move for the Saints tonight.
Yeah, I feel like Creekside's been bringing a good amount of blitzes, too, sensing some weakness there on that offensive line.
And 3rd and long, this is where you let your pass rushers, you let them go.
3 left, 1 right. Pistol front, and they hand it off to the left side. Washington looking for anything, and he's got nothing.
Yeah, it looks like the Knights go out there and dime package there, which means they bring in 2 extra corners on the field, take off 2 of our linebackers, and we're preparing for the pass. They do a run play, and we fit great. That's good to see that we could recognize it's run when we're in man coverage and go up there and make a tackle. I think it was number 20, Camden Bowers, on that tackle.
It'll be 4th down and 16. Sandalwood again looking to punt it away, and they're not really playing to win out there, in my opinion, right now.
The first drive looked pretty solid.
The kick is away, and it's a line drive hit around the 47. Still rolling inside. That was a soccer goalie-style punt right there. Creekside will take over on their own 48-yard line, but you look at some of their late down calls, what they've done in this game, and it's been ultra-conservative after that first drive.
Yeah, for sure. It's a weird offense we're running so far. We're running the ball a lot the first drive and the second drive, and then we start throwing it a little bit, and then we're conservative the whole way up until we get in the red zone. Then we want to go start taking shots. But again, I think we're just trying new things, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. I mean, especially without Eros and Aaron Sataros, even though Eros is back in this game.
14-0 Creekside, just under 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Ashenfelder releases a quick pass, complete. Down around the 40-yard line. And again, Eros Talfer. You think Sean's enjoying having his man back?
I think he's very excited and love to see that we're getting him involved early and having him in the game plan.
1st down and 10, Creekside on the Saints' 39-yard line. Ashenfelder, 2 left, 1 right. Hands it off. This is Garrido to about the 35-yard line. 34 will be 2nd down, about halfway to go. Talfer is coming off the best game of his career, the last one in which he was healthy. 10 receptions against Fleming Island, 184 yards and a touchdown. As the Knights with 1 right, 2 left. They hand it off again. Garrido powers forward inside the 30-yard line, picks up the 1st down to the 28. Talfer had set career high in receiving yards in back-to-back games and career high for receptions against Fleming Island.
Eros has had a very strong career at receiver here at Creekside. Him and Sean were both sophomore Lettermans.
2 left, 1 right. Ashenfelder fires down the field. It's caught by Birch inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Creekside.
Great job right there. Great concept. We're running 2 double posts over the middle, and Birch just beat his man. That's plain and simple, and Sean made a great read between Birch and Rocco, and Birch gets in for the end zone pretty easily.
It was another double set for Creekside, 2 right, 2 left, and we haven't seen too much of that this season, but it looks like they're confident using both Rocco Ripa and Caleb Taylor Birch in the slot and Bisham and Taufer out wide on either side. I'm liking what I'm seeing there.
I'm loving that too. I completely agree with you, Noah. I think we should mix it up for sure a lot. I also like how when we didn't have Eros and Aaron last week, we adjusted to that. We ran a 2 tight end set, put an extra lineman in, had Reed Long, our great blocking tight end in, and then we would have 2 slots out there running some plays, and I love that we mix it up.
But PAT good from Evan Marchand. We're going to step away for a quick break. Our score, Creekside 21, Saints nothing.
Are you ready for your big moment? Be the MVP of your next vacation by letting Dapper Travels tailor the playbook for an unforgettable adventure. The veteran-owned Dapper Travels curates exceptional Disney vacations, luxury cruises, and authentic European experiences. When you scan the code on the scoreboard or visit dappertravels.com, you're on your way to scoring a vacation touchdown. Reach out to start planning today.
Creekside Knights scoring plays brought to you by CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville. Creekside coming off of the 28-yard touchdown pass, second of the night for Sean Ashenfelder. Caleb Taylor Birch with his 3rd touchdown reception of the season, as the ball is now fallen over for the 2nd time as Marchand trying to kick this one away. Knights leading 21-0 early on, and this has been exactly the kind of start that you'd like to see for Creekside, asserting their dominance over Sandalwood.
I agree, Noah, and that was one of my keys to the game. And what Creekside is saying is, if you're going to blitz everybody, we like our chances on the outside, and we have great playmakers in Eros, Birch, Rocco, and Birch beats his man, and Rocco's been beating his man all night. So I think if Sandalwood wants to continue to do that, we're going to continue to take advantage.
Creekside now holding the ball for Evan Marchand. The kick is up, the kick is away. Taken in around the 1-yard line, running it back is Tyree. Little bit of space this time to the 20-yard line. Flag flies. He's going to be short of the 25, around the 22, 21-yard line. It'll be interesting to see what this call is.
And if it's on the Saints again, that is just bad for them again, as they've had so many penalties back them up on continuous drives.
It feels like they just can't start the ball outside their 20-yard line.
Yeah.
They can't move it past.
At this rate, just call a fair catch. And yeah, this one's coming back. Block in the back, 15-yard penalty. I know you want to take your chances and hope for that big special teams play, but really, returning the ball is only hurting them right now.
I completely agree. No, I completely agree.
They put him half the distance to the goal, back on their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10, Saints with trips right, nobody left. Pistol formation. The running back all night's been Washington. They look to pass. Sims under pressure. He is going to be sacked. Back by the 10-yard line, and it was Liam Ross that got him.
That was almost good by Sims to take that sack, because he was looking for number 4, Raekwon Wilson, right in the middle, and there was 2 Knights defenders right in front of him ready to jump that ball, and that was honestly probably going to be an interception. So it ended off better for the Saints, but again, another sack for this Creekside defensive line, who's continued to take advantage.
Yeah, really rounding up them sacks now. It's really getting you to wonder how many we get tonight.
Creekside has had 22 sacks in their last 5 games. Tice Donnelly has had at least 1 in each of those.
They might get 10 tonight.
At 6.5 was their season high against Atlantic Coast. 2 right, 1 left. Again, looking to pass. Sims fires a dangerous ball that is maybe complete for a yard. Luke Milliner, nice pass coverage there on Richardson.
Yeah, Sims got absolutely lit up right when he got rid of that ball. It's to me already, it's starting to get scary for him. I mean, this pass rush is getting after it. We're setting blitzes left and right. Sandalwood doesn't even know where it's coming from. There's like at least 1 to 2 guys getting free about, it seems like every pass play. And I'm already starting to get worried for him. And I hope we can get these backups in soon.
3rd down and 10. Sandalwood back on their own 11-yard line. 6:23 on the clock in the second quarter. It's 21-0 Creekside. Timeout. Sandalwood will spend their second of the half. Back after these messages on Schlick Sports. When the Creekside Knights need someone they can trust on the field, they count on each other. When it comes to planning for the future, their families can count on Chris Letty at Heekin Law. Chris Letty is a local St. John's neighbor and the premier estate planning attorney in Northeast Florida. With a reputation for protecting families and their legacies, Chris is there for all your estate planning needs. From wills and trusts to comprehensive estate plans, Chris Letty has you covered. Reach out today at chris@heekinlaw.com. Third and 10 for the Sandalwood Saints. They've got 2 receivers to the left. Pistol formation, make it 3 receivers to the left. 1 in by the line. They look to pass. 3rd and 10. Sims gets it away. Incomplete up the sideline. A miscommunication. And again, immediate pressure. And you got to feel bad. The sophomore, he's made some really incredible plays this season. And he's shown flashes. He's still raw out there, but it doesn't seem like he's getting much help.
Yeah, I agree. And for Creekside, I think their secondary knows the pass rush is going to get there so quick. So you've seen guys jump routes and really get under them to try to see if Sims, if he bites, and they kind of bait him to get that pick. But looks like they're going to be another punt for the Saints.
4th down and 10. Caleb Taylor Birch set up on the Saints 36 to receive. Aiden Piper has had some interesting punts tonight. Gone with that line drive. It's a high snap, just able to get it off in his own end zone. High in the air. Fair catch called for. Birch takes it in on the Sandalwood 31-32.
I'm waiting on that block punt.
It's coming.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Brody. I mean, we have been so close. I mean, you have to think we're going to get one.
Official timeout for a water break as we hit 6:03 to go in the second quarter. Creekside in control, looking for their first district title in school history. 21-0 when we return on Schlick Sports. The steps you take on purchasing or selling your house should never be taken alone. As a North Florida top real estate professional advisor, Angela Tharp has served our area's families for the past 25 plus years, with almost 700 closed transactions in our area. Those who close on any home with Angela truly value her knowledge, depend on her communication across the process, and they rely on her fierce determination to achieve the best for their family. Reach out to Angela Tharp to get started today. First down and 10, Creekside. Now with Jackson Visconti in at quarterback, up 21-0, trying to get some guys into the ball game and keep their starters healthy. Going into next week against Ponte Vedra, they handed off Harrison Garrido, running inside the 30-yard line, still powering down to about the 20. Man, I thought he was down at the 26-yard line, and then I look, oh, they're still going.
Great job by Harrison right there, powering forward for another 4 or 5 yards, but glad to see Jackson Visconti in the game, as well as wide receiver number 25, Chase Dolan, maybe getting some reps.
Bisham and Birch, the outside receivers. Dolan in the slot. There's 2 left, 1 right for Visconti. Garrido the back. Visconti rolling to his left, looking down the field, firing for the end zone, and he's got Chase Dolan for the touchdown. What a play by Jackson Visconti and Chase Dolan. gets the touchdown reception, his first of his varsity career.
What an absolute ball by Jackson Viscani. He was rolling to the other side of his body and crossfires and finds Chase Dolan wide open in the end zone. Great route concept by our 3 outside receivers. Chase Dolan running a corner route, and Jackson Viscani puts it right on him for 6. And Creekside looking to take a 28-0 lead to really run up the score.
That was a dime by Viscani, and good for those two. Marshawn's PAT is up. How about that? First passing touchdown of Jackson Viscani's varsity career, and the first touchdown reception of Chase Dolan's career. 28-0, 5:36 to play in the second quarter. Creekside scoring plays are brought to you by CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville. Back after this break on Schlick Sports. This time next year, Windows 10 support will end. To be specific, October 14th, 2025. That means Microsoft will no longer provide security or technical support for Windows 10. Is your business ready for this change? If not, give CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville a call at 904-447-7574 or email us at support-swjacks@cmitsolutions.com. .536 to play in the first half, and our score 28-0 Creekside. Out to kick this one away for the Knights, Mark Schroeder, as they're now messing with a weird kickoff motion.
And going back to that last touchdown, Jackson Viscani to Chase Dolan, that's something hopefully Creekside fans will be able to hear next year in the future.
Mark Schroeder, star soccer player, gets away inside the 5-yard line, taken in, looking to run it back. Tyree is stuffed. No, he breaks off a tackle. Now he breaks another back by the 10, switching up the field to the 20. He's got a little bit of space to the 30, 35, 40. Pass to the 50, 45, out of bounds on the Creekside 38. Just an impressive return there by Kenyon Tyree.
I think he broke about like 5 tackles on that one. He's spinning left, he's spinning right. We got him wrapped up. No, we don't. He bounces off somebody. Then he just ends up and takes a full 180 and goes a complete opposite direction. Luckily, our kicker been able to track him down.
We got the linebackers, we got defensive backs in there trying to make a tackle. No, get the soccer player in there. He'll make the play.
Kickers are athletes too.
Oh, yeah.
I think Creekside's had a lot of great athletic kickers.
Yes. I mean, most of them have played soccer, and I know for a fact that Evan Marchand's one of the fastest players on the team. 2 left,
true.
1 right. Sandalwood on the Creekside 37. They start off with a give up the middle to about the 35-yard line. Creekside trying to get a good rotation of guys into the ball game now. We're still seeing a mix of starters in there who they're trying to get some good playing time. And on the defense, it looks mostly like the starting unit still.
Yeah, I still see Tice Donnelly out there. I still see Jackson Earl. I still see our 3 linebackers in.
Offense and special teams is kind of mixed right now.
Yeah. And then as the game goes on, the defense will just slowly chip and more kids getting out of the game. But I just think we need a few more stops, a few more scores before we do that.
2 left, 1 right. Pistol formation. Jarrell Sims hands it off. It was fumble recovered by Sandalwood. It'll be 3rd down and 10. I said Jeff, and you might be wondering, why do you call him Jeff Sims? Well, because that's Jeff Sims' younger brother right there. Jarrell Sims, a sophomore. His older brother has played quarterback at Georgia Tech, Nebraska, and now at Arizona State.
I think he has a bright future as a young player. He's very raw with his mechanics and everything, but you can tell he's definitely got the skill set, and whether if it's in Sandalwood or at another team in the future, I think he's going to be really good.
Creekside just had to help Luke Milliner to the tent. Looks like maybe a shoulder injury for him. That's not good.
I'll tell you what happened after this play.
3rd down and 10. Saints calling a timeout. 4:19 to go in the first half. Brody, what did you see?
So they were in the pistol formation with a sniffer to the right. I think Creekside. No, I don't think. Creekside sent a Sam and Will blitz on the edge, and they both missed the halfback and hit each other.
Oh.
And Luke gets up. He's dangling his right arm with the shoulder brace, and it could be very messed up. It could be out of place. It could be retorn. I don't know what exactly it is, but I hope he's okay.
Well, we're going to step away now for the Sandalwood timeout. Back after this on Schlick Sports. Real estate is changing, and you need an agent that's on top of it. Whether you're selling or buying, Tom Moore covers all the Jacksonville and St. John's areas. When you need a realtor, ask for Moore. Tom Moore. Third down and 10 for the Sandalwood Saints. 2 left, 1 right. The Saints on the Creekside 37-yard line after a massive kick return. Jarrell Sims with Washington at running back, looking to pass, fires over the middle. It is incomplete. Nice play made by the Creekside corner. And that's Garen Blaylock with the pass breakup, jumping that route, getting his hands on the ball.
Yes, it's a very aggressive play. It looked like a quick glance route, quick slant route across the middle of the field. He tries to undercut it, and he gets his hands in there, knocks the ball loose.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of improvement from him at corner, as this is his first year ever playing football. And I did a story this week on Creekside Game Day about next man up and some of these guys jumping into those positions. And he was talking about he never even watched football before he started playing, but now he's on social media. The coaches recruited him from basketball to come play. He's a good basketball player, point guard for Creekside, and football coaches wanted him to come out and play this fall, and he started just taking in any football video he could find, social media, watching games, and you can see it. He's improving out there rapidly.
It's a trend at Creekside. I think Coach Max is always trying to get those basketball players to come over to the football side.
2 left, 1 right motion, looking to pass, 4th and 10. Sims firing down the field. It is incomplete, and Creekside will take over with 3:37 to go in the first half. 28-0 Knights. And they've had plenty of, you look back at some of the basketball players turn corner for Creekside, and on that list includes the best Creekside football player in terms of accomplishments after his time at Creekside. Darius Williams was a basketball player and didn't really play football. I don't think he played football until his sophomore year of high school, where Coach Greg Stanton, who's now on this coaching staff for Creekside as an assistant, had recruited him out to come play football in the fall and was a key offensive playmaker for the Knights as well as defensive, as the Knights start off with a handoff. Harrison Garrido still in the game to the 45-50. Sandalwood 45-40, down into the Saints 35. There is a flag on the play. This one might be coming back. And then Williams, of course, went on to play UAB football program, is this a block in the back against Creekside or a holding? So that'll back him up from about the 50-yard line. The football program was shut down about halfway through his time there. Brought it back. He decided to go play for the Blazers. Undrafted to the Baltimore Ravens. Was on their practice squad. Went to the Rams and won a Super Bowl. Played with the Jags for a couple seasons. And you look at like Jalen Boyer and some of the basketball players. We've got some good basketball players turn corner here at Creekside. Hard count. It's 1st down and 11 for Creekside on their own 36. 2 right, 1 left. Handoff again. Garrido to the left side, trying to get to that 40-yard line. Going to be stopped at the 39.
Little surprised to still see Harrison Garrido in the game after he exited only after the first play last week and hurt his shoulder. I'm surprised he's still in, but
yeah, just maybe wanting to get him some carries, some game action. I'd be shocked if we see him in the 3rd quarter.
I doubt we do, but I would just not even take the risk here, but.
Looking to pass, Viscani rolling right, fires downfield high. His intended target there. Can't see the number. That's Crew McEwen.
Yeah, I think Eros' night is done as well. I think they're going to try to preserve him and make sure he's as healthy as can be as the sophomore Crew McEwen comes into the game. He's been a huge part as stepping into that role as we've had receivers go down. He's really been a guy who's stepped up as a young player and got to learn the varsity playbook.
2 right, 1 left. 3rd down and 8 for Creekside, pistol formation. Garrido the back again, rolling right. Viscani now throws it to his left. It's a screen to Michael Bisham. He's got some space. 50, 45, 40 into Saints territory to the 30, down inside the 30-yard line to the Sandalwood 27. Nice play call there to Michael Bisham.
Great play design right there, and Michael Bisham gets a couple linemen in front of him. Great job by them getting out into space and making an open field block, as for those linemen, that's not the easiest thing to do, but credit to the offensive lineman right there, and Michael Bisham makes a huge gain.
Bisham, a baseball player, playing football for the first time since 8th grade this year for his senior season. They hand it off. Garrido inside the 25, breaks down inside the 20. There's a flag on the tackle. This might be a hold on Chase Dolan, and that's what the call is going to be.
Going back to that screenplay, I think that play was so good. It was so well written up that we should have ran it tonight. We should definitely go back to that in the playoffs.
That's actually a play designed for tight end Reed Long that unfortunately he did not get his number called for that, but I've been actually wanting to call that play all season long, Brady.
We should definitely look number 45 Reed's long way tonight. See if we can get our tight end who's put in so many great blocks, so many key blocks all season long to let Garrido get all those touchdowns. See if we can get him one tonight.
A pause for a little injury timeout after the play. Player now run off the field, so he looks to be fine, just a little shaken up. That was Asher Sheehy, the linebacker.
I think Reed Long kind of goes unnoticed for what he does. You know, I'm not really trying to be biased here as a former tight end myself, but Reed Long puts in so much. I mean, the tight end has to know what the linemen are doing, what the quarterback's doing, what the receivers are doing, what everybody on the field is doing, and he's got to be in the right place at the right time to make his block. And especially in the run game, he's a very important, as he is the lead blocker for Harrison Garrido.
1st down and about 16 maybe for Creekside after the holding call downfield. 2 left, 1 right. Viscani. Play action, looks to pass. He's got a man. This is Thomas Gibbs inside the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Gonna fall just shy of the goal line. I think they're gonna say he stepped out at the 6.
Great job by number 82, Thomas Gibbs, is another one of those guys who hasn't really played much this year as Creekside's going hurry up, and he makes the most of his first catch of his varsity career.
1st and goal, Creekside on the Sandalwood 6. 2 right, 1 left. Viscani hands it off. Garrido up the middle, looking for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown Knights.
That's a great job by the Creekside offense, getting a little bit of the screen pass going and still having the run game going. And it is now 34 to 0 as Creekside looks to make it 35 to 0. And no, this game is getting out of hand quick.
I hope that's the last time I see Garrido on the field tonight. I think that's it for him. You put Parker Heron in. He's a great back.
Extra point is good from Evan Marchand. Now 35-0. Creekside scoring plays are brought to you by CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville. Creekside 35, Sandalwood 0. 1:35 to play in the first half when we return on Schlick Sports. When the Creekside Knights need someone they can trust on the field, they count on each other. When it comes to planning for the future, their families can count on Chris Letty at Heekin Law. Chris Letty is a local St. John's neighbor and the premier estate planning attorney in Northeast Florida. With a reputation for protecting families and their legacies, Chris is there for all your estate planning needs. From wills and trusts to comprehensive estate plans, Chris Letty has you covered. Reach out today at chris@heekinlaw.com. 35-0, Creekside leading Sandalwood with 1:35 to play in the first half. Mark Schroeder to kick this ball away, and we're going to have to start digging deep on the roster and the spotting boards as we get going in this game. 35-0, Knights is on the return, looking for some space. Tyree out of bounds around the Sandalwood 17-yard line.
And that is big number 50. Joe Michael calls himself the Legion of Boom. Another guy who you love to see get opportunities in the game, and he makes a play on special teams.
Such a great guy, all-around guy. Just a guy's guy for the locker room. People love him. He's great energy towards the team, and love to see him get in some tackles here tonight.
A lot of those seniors, just great energy guys, and they really make sure Creekside's going in the weight room and make sure everybody's hyped up on the sideline. So even though he's not playing a crucial part as much as he'd like to on the field, he's playing a tremendous part on the sidelines.
Creekside now with a mix of guys in on defense. 1st and 10, Sandalwood on their own 17, going under center. They hand it off up the middle, and nothing is there. Noah Eisnick and Tice Donnelly wrapping him up and bringing him down. There has been no real estate running the ball for Washington tonight.
I love to see number 22, Noah Eisnick, and on the tackle there. Kid works so hard. Another senior who's plays a key role to the team. Everybody loves him. He's a good guy, good energy all around, but this guy works his butt off, and love to see him getting some action here tonight. And he's got a whole half to play some defense.
2nd down and 8. It was a gain of 2 to the 19. 2 left, 1 right. Jordan Washington still the running back. We haven't seen anything of Chris Timmons Jr., who's normally the lead back. Have to assume he's out with an injury for the Saints. They hand it off up the middle. Washington again wrapped up and brought down. Nolan Nelson wraps him up and drags him down. 3rd down and 8. And these Knights defensive ends, they're going for the strip and the fumble now.
Yeah, definitely. At this point, they're just trying to go out there, make some highlights, you know. Maybe put it on your huddle film. Tice is staring at him right now like he's about to he's about to go make a play.
You wonder, though, if that's something that even if it wasn't the score, they're trying to implement, because they haven't forced too many turnovers this season, and they ran the turnover circuit for the first time in a long time this week in practice, as that will take us to halftime. Our score, Creekside 35, Sandalwood nothing. It is all Creekside as they are now just 24 minutes away from their first district title in school history. Back after these messages for our halftime show on Schlick Sports. The steps you take on purchasing or selling your house should never be taken alone. As a North Florida top real estate professional advisor, Angela Thorpe has served our area's families for the past 25 plus years, with almost 700 closed transactions in our area. Those who close on any home with Angela truly value her knowledge, depend on her communication across the process, and they rely on her fierce determination to achieve the best for their family. Reach out to Angela Thorpe to get started today. This time next year, Windows 10 support will end. To be specific, October 14th, 2025. That means Microsoft will no longer provide security or technical support for Windows 10. Is your business ready for this change? If not, give CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville a call at 904-447-7574 or email us at support-swjacks@cmitsolutions.com. When the Creekside Knights need someone they can trust on the field, they count on each other. When it comes to planning for the future, their families can count on Chris Letty at Heekin Law. Chris Letty is a local St. John's neighbor and the premier estate planning attorney in Northeast Florida. With a reputation for protecting families and their legacies, Chris is there for all your estate planning needs. From wills and trusts to comprehensive estate plans, Chris Letty has you covered. Reach out today at chris@heekinlaw.com.
Are you ready for your big moment? Be the MVP of your next vacation by letting Dapper Travels tailor the playbook for an unforgettable adventure. The veteran-owned Dapper Travels curates exceptional Disney vacations, luxury cruises, and authentic European experiences. When you scan the code on the scoreboard or visit dappertravels.com, you're on your way to scoring a vacation touchdown. Reach out to start planning today.
Real estate is changing and you need an agent that's on top of it. Whether you're selling or buying, Tom Moore covers all the Jacksonville and St. John's areas. When you need a realtor, ask for Moore. Tom Moore. Back now with our halftime show. Creekside leading Sandalwood 35-0 at the break. Brody, let's start. What are your halftime thoughts?
All around great game. The only thing I'm thinking is let's get all of our starters out the game, make sure they're ready for next week. We got a big game against Ponte Vedra next week. Could lock us in to a home field playoff spot, which has never been done before in Creekside. So we've never had a district championship, so we're about to cross that off tonight. And we've never had a home playoff game either. So if we could do both those in one season with the 6-4 record, I think that's a really solid Creekside season, and everybody will look back at that for a long time.
Yeah, I just think of all the boxes they've checked this season, beating Bartram Trail and having some big wins. They're not done yet. This is a team that can make a run in the playoffs. They've just got to execute and
healthy.
When they're at their best, they are a very dangerous team, and hopefully we see more of what we've seen tonight from Creekside. And I love what I'm seeing, especially in the passing game from the Creekside Knights. Oscar, what have you seen from this offense?
Well, as my key to the game was to dominate, Creekside has certainly dominated. It's 35-0. Creekside has gotten the run game going. Creekside has gotten the pass game going, and our defense has really stepped up. And 0 points that is our best performance so far. And as we get onto this, I want to give a big shout out to Mike Ripa. He is a 4-year listener all the way in Pennsylvania. Noah Schlick's up. Schlick Sports is going live as we have his grandson here, Mateo Ripa, as his brothers had a huge game today. And Mateo, you got any thoughts on Rocco's touchdown and his performance? No, he does not. But I'll say something. Rocco has had a huge game, and Rocco has had a huge second half of the season. And if we didn't have Rocco, it'd be really hard for Sean to really get anything going or anything. But Rocco Ripa has really been a tremendous part, and he has a touchdown today. He had a passing one last game and a receiving. So he's just been a huge part, and this Creekside offense continues to click, and that's the main thing. As long as you can get into a rhythm, and you have a big matchup against PV next week, and you want to make sure everything's in sync, everything is in rhythm before that game, and so far I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I think seeing those two double sets on either side, that's really worked to Creekside's advantage. And I mean, you love to see it from the Creekside Knights. They're moving the ball well. We're seeing guys who haven't seen much playing time make some highlights in this game, and hopefully we've got 24 minutes of that ahead in the second half. We got someone else in the press box with us, Christian Miller. Christian, star of Creekside for the last few years. What are your thoughts on this football team as a football alumni?
I mean, I'm out here, I'm seeing them dominate every single play. Offense firing on all cylinders, defense going out there making stops. It's great to see, especially from the season, how it started and how we coming back and finishing strong. It's great to see out here.
Shout out to our press box intern in this week's game. That'll do it for our halftime show. Sending it back down to the commercials. We'll be back with the second half coming up on Schlick Sports. Our score, Creekside 35, Sandalwood nothing. Welcome back to the Castle, where Creekside is leading 35-0 over the Sandalwood Saints, and it's been a fun night out here at the Castle so far, as the Knights seem to be 24 minutes away from their first district title in school history. They'll kick this one away to Sandalwood to start the second half. Evan Marchand gets it up and away. Taken in from inside the 10-yard line, trying to run it back. This is Tyree. Little bit of space. Breaks the tackle at the 34 to about the 40-yard line, shy around the 38. And now comes a Creekside defense, which is mainly second stringers. You see a lot of experienced guys, seniors, getting out on the field in a district championship game. That's pretty cool.
It definitely is. Rarely do we ever win. We've never won a district championship game, and the one that we do, we got our second strings playing in the second half. That's pretty unique, and very excited for these guys to go get some reps in and get some very unique opportunities tonight and go play some football for a whole half.
Yeah, there's a light feeling out here at the Castle, almost celebratory during halftime. 2 right, 1 left for Sandalwood. Still with their starters in. Jarrell Sims looking to pass. It is low, close. The catch is made on the 45-yard line. Now set up second down and 3 for the Saints. The one thing to watch here, Creekside's point differential right now is not very good. They've been outscored this season 334 to 248 due to some blowout losses. So we're going to need some points on the board tonight, some big separations. We've got a score update from a key game in the region. Flagler Palm Coast leading Spruce Creek 23-14 at halftime, and that could shake up some of the playoff seeding in a couple weeks. One to watch right there as the pass is up in the air and down on the ground. Nice play made there coming in. Cameron Potter. Is that Potter? Who came in there and made that stop? No. No, that's 30. Dominic Arezzi. That's who made the play right there.
Yeah, Dominic Arezzi, junior this year, and he's going to have a big spot next year for sure, as Creekside has a lot of guys on the field that for next year are going to have to really step up as these seniors are leaving.
I think Arezzi's kind of in one of those deeper spots next year. The Knights will return everyone who's starting tonight in their secondary, except for Danny Aprovati, who's starting at safety, as that pass went through the hands of Tyree on the far side. It'll be 4th down and 3 for the Saints. Next year, they'll return Garen Blaylock at corner. They'll return both starting safeties, and then Harwins Garnier and Trent Porter each had varsity experience at corner. They'll step in. They're pretty good in that secondary next season. Secondary and linebacker, I think, will be really 2 solid position groups for the Creekside Knights.
I completely agree. I think Asher Yusefzada and Josh Guy will be tearing it up next year. Not so sure about the D-line. I think there's a lot of seniors there from what I'm thinking off the top of my head. No, if you could help me out with any juniors that are standouts this year. I can't really think of any.
As the punt is away from Piper, taken in by Caleb Taylor Birch and kneeled down on his own 22-yard line, where the Knights offense will take over. Yeah, on the defensive line, the key returners you're looking at are Caleb Mayberry and Rohan Thompson. Those are the big juniors. Mayberry's a sophomore. They'll return next year. Noah Grubbs is another guy who'll be on that D-line, so you've got some varsity experience there.
Rohan Thompson played last year as a sophomore and played a very crucial role in our offense. Defense. And glad to see him having a great junior year, and he's gonna be the star player in that D-line next year.
1st down and 10, Creekside out on the field. 1st and 10 on their own 22. They hand it off. Parker Heron. Pick up a yard or 2 on the carry. Update from another regional game. University leading DeLand 34-21 at halftime. Man, we've got some high-scoring ball games. We'll talk more about the playoffs as we move through the second half. 2 left, 1 right. The pass deflected from Jackson Viscani. And on the pass breakup is Caleb Thomas.
Yeah, that was a risky pass by Viscani. I think the corner had a good read on that, as it's now 3rd and long. And just want to reiterate on kids getting playing time. I mean, we got tight end Caleb Harry. He's been with us for 2 or 3 years now. He's been a big contributor especially in practice. He's another big energy guy, and a lot of these new offensive linemen coming in. And the big guy I'd like to see in there is Parker Heron. He's got a whole half of football he gets to play, and Parker Heron's just been such an incredible – he's played such an incredible role for this team every time Greedo's got hurt. I mean, that is not an easy place to be in.
Hara's a big-time golfer.
Yes, he is.
Got 1 right, 2 left. Visconti looking to pass, 3rd down and 9, feeling some pressure, trying to escape. He is sacked. Back on his own 19. It'll be 4th down and 12 for Creekside. Yeah, Parker Heron, just a real program guy. You've seen all the different positions he's played. He's moved around, just looking to make an impact on this football team. Really impressive senior, and it's good to see him playing a crucial role in Creekside as that number 2 running back.
And he's bounced around positions. I think he's played almost pretty much every position on offense and defense besides quarterback. I mean, he has just been a utility guy, and you can almost plug him in wherever. And he's just such a great guy, that's for sure.
I remember he was playing nose guard at one point.
Yeah,
he was tight end in a D line. That's where they had him over the summer. And when they needed him at running back, he was thrilled to get back with the Lom Boys. As that punt taking a hop, still rolling. It originally knocked down around the Creekside 40 and rolls forward to the 47. Evan Marchand on the punt. Not the most yardage there. Definitely could have been better. Sandalwood will take over on the Creekside 47 after the water break. 5:55 to play in the 3rd quarter. Our score, Creekside 35, Sandalwood nothing. When the Creekside Knights need someone they can trust on the field, they count on each other. When it comes to planning for the future, their families can count on Chris Letty at Heekin Law. Chris Letty is a local St. John's neighbor and the premier estate planning attorney in Northeast Florida. With a reputation for protecting families and their legacies, Chris is there for all your estate planning needs. From wills and trusts to comprehensive estate plans, Chris Letty has you covered. Reach out today at chris@heekinlaw.com. First down and 10, 35-0 our score in the district championship game. Creekside leads the Sandalwood Saints as Sandalwood on the Creekside 47 hands it off. Washington up the middle, down just shy of the Creekside 30-yard line. Will be on about the 31 from the original marking, and it looks like that's where they're going to put him. First down and 10. Saints on the Creekside 31. Two right, 1 left. Washington the running back, Sims the quarterback, pistol formation. Hands it off right back up the middle, some space opening up. He'll get down around the 21-yard line.
Yeah, these D linemen are, especially the edge rushers, are flying way too far upfield. You gotta remember here that, you know, run first player. You're a run first player, but you know, they're just so eager to go make a play in this game, and everybody wants that sack. So I'm assuming that's why they're doing it. But they just need to calm down and fit their gaps.
2nd down and 1 on the Creekside 22-yard line. Sandalwood with 3 left. Nobody out wide to the right. Handed off again, Washington. Some more space down to the 15, breaking tackles forward to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, that's the one problem when you kind of get other guys in and playing. I mean, there are going to be gaps in the defense, and Sandalwood is right now taking advantage, as you would really love to keep a 0 up on that scoreboard, as a 0 means donuts for the defense. I know you've really enjoyed that on Monday mornings, coming in and enjoying a donut, Brody.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a very nutritious snack, especially in the beginning of the week. You know, you walk in, film study, here's some donuts, brain food. It gets you actively and going, and I mean, it's very good for the team.
2 left, 1 right, a give again up the middle, and this time not much doing for Washington, maybe a gain of 2. I'm interested, where does Creekside get their donuts from?
See, this was the thing. Before we had Coach Isacco, which he's not here anymore, but when I was here, he was here. Before we had Coach Isacco, they'd get Dunkin', and I wouldn't even eat it. I'm not a Dunkin' guy.
What?
I'm not eating a Dunkin' glazed donut. That's bread. That's literally bread. Krispy Kreme glazed donut is the best donut you could ask for, talking fast food-wise.
Brody McGuff, you are fired. Dunkin' slander will not be tolerated.
nowhere near Krispy Kreme.
2 right, 1 left. Another give to Washington. This time forward for maybe 1 or 2 around the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 to go. You know, see, I have a peanut allergy, so that kind of limits my donut choice. Dunkin's one of the few I can always have.
I have a peanut allergy too, but I'm not allergic to peanut oil for some reason.
Me neither. That's not how it works. It's like the protein.
Then why can't you eat Krispy Kreme? Is that
I've
what
just
you're
never
saying?
had it. I've always heard about that.
The minute
like,
you have Krispy Kreme, you will hate Dunkin'.
Life-changing, Noah.
You will hate Dunkin' and get it hot and ready.
Maybe that's where we'll go after we celebrate a Creekside Knights W.
There is a football game going on right now, folks. It's 3rd down and 5 for Sandalwood. 2 right, 1 left. They look to pass. Quick little dump off inside the 5. Sandalwood into the end zone on a touchdown pass. That's Amari Richardson. That's the first touchdown pass not to Michael Bush this season.
Well, the defense will not be having what we are talking about, and those are donuts, unfortunately.
And you know the first thing he's going to be arguing that, like, hey, when we were in, we held them up to 0. But it's a team effort thing. That's what they always say. So no donuts for them, and that'll be the end of donut talk for the night.
Man, this could be life-changing. I've always assumed that. I've never had Krispy Kreme, and normally that means, like, I thought I heard that they had peanuts, like, cross-contamination. I don't know. I'm going to have to try that.
I would make sure you're good to eat it, though, before you do it. No.
Oh, yeah, I don't want a hospital
I'm allergic
visit.
to peanuts, too, but I've always been able to eat them.
Oh, well, then we're a little different. I go anaphylactic, but the extra point is good, by the way. It's 35-7, 1:32 to play in the 3rd quarter. Knights with a 28-point advantage in the district championship over the Sandalwood Saints. The steps you take on purchasing or selling your house should never be taken alone. As a North Florida top real estate professional advisor, Angela Tharp has served our area's families for the past 25 plus years, with almost 700 closed transactions in our area. Those who close on any home with Angela truly value her knowledge, depend on her communication across the process, and they rely on her fierce determination to achieve the best for their family. Reach out to Angela Tharp to get started today. Clock running, 1:22 to play. In the 3rd quarter, Creekside leads Sandalwood 35-7 as Chase Dolan, I believe, trying to run this one back. To the 24-yard line he goes. That's not Dolan. That's Davis Baldwin on the return for Creekside. Knights offense will take over on their own 23. Backups are now in, and it's been that way for the second half for the Creekside Knights, and you want to see this offense maybe put some points up on the board. I'm surprised that they're still running clock. I thought it was 35 where that's the case.
Not sure. I mean, maybe the coaches for the Saints want it to happen.
I don't
feel
know.
like the game's to
give up the middle and nothing doing there. Davis Baldwin, the freshman, gets the carry. He loses some yardage back to the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
No, we usually ask me on my thoughts on games. What's your thoughts going into this PV Creekside game next week? What do you think's going to happen? What do you think we need to do while you're still commentating this game?
Well, I haven't started my prep on that game yet, but I know just from skimming over PV and looking at what they've done this season, they are a very good defense. So it's going to be up to our defense in the end to make enough plays to win that ball game. And the biggest thing to watch out for is we have not forced turnovers on defense very much this season. Like, we haven't even forced one tonight. So I want to see the defense pick off a couple passes, force a couple fumbles, make some plays to knock off Ponte Vedra next week. And we'll be at that game calling that one here on Schlick Sports as we enter the 4th quarter. Clock hits 0. Creekside will have 2nd and 13 from their own 20 when we return as they lead the Sandalwood Saints 35-7 here on Schlick Sports. Real estate is changing and you need an agent that's on top of it. Whether you're selling or buying, Tom Moore covers all the Jacksonville and St. John's areas. When you need a realtor, ask for Moore. Tom Moore. Back for the fourth quarter, Creekside hands the ball off and running with it. Davis Baldwin, a little bit of space past the 25-yard line, down shy of the first down markers. It'll be about third down and 1. They're going to give him the 29-yard line from the looks of it. No, they move him back. That middle judge had no idea where that was down. He moves back to the 26 now, so it'll be from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 4.
Going back to that PV game next week, though, I do completely agree with you. Their defense is pretty stout. They've held Bartram to 21 points. They held Nice, this is the biggest one, they held Nice to 24 points in a game, while their offense only put up 7.
Another give. Baldwin with a little bit of electricity gets past the 45 to the 46, and that's a guy I've heard a lot about. You ask coaches, who are some guys on JV that stand out who are going to be good, and pretty much every one of them has said Davis Baldwin. He's a quick, shifty back, and you got to be good to make Creekside varsity as a freshman.
Yeah, it's good to see us getting some young guys reps for sure, and Creekside likes to get younger guys, and maybe if they don't even get to play, just be able to stand on the sideline and really know what it takes to prepare for a varsity game, even if you don't play.
It's different watching it on the sideline.
Baldwin again with the carry. This time he'll pick up maybe a yard. He's 2nd down and 9.
I think Sandalwood's put in their backups as well, so I think this clock is going to continue to run, as that was a pretty quick third quarter, but it'd be nice to see the Creekside Knights get a touchdown here and get these other guys opportunities to get some highlights and certainly boost the confidence going into the offseason and next summer. As for us, the offseason isn't coming so quick as we have playoffs, but for Sandalwood, maybe boost these guys' confidence going into the next season.
Viscani, the quarterback, hands it off again to Davis Baldwin. Charge him past the 50-yard line forward to the Sandalwood 49. That will set up 3rd down and 6.
And you know, it's weird. We're over here talking about donuts and backups. However, Creekside is going to hoist a district championship trophy tonight. I mean, that is something we've kind of gone away from as this game has gotten away from us. But it is the first district championship in the history of Creekside High School. I mean, that is huge for coaches and players, and I know for me and Brody, that is something, that was certainly a goal of ours, and we weren't able to accomplish it, and just super happy and proud for these guys as they're going to be able to hoist that trophy. And
ball on the ground. That was fumbled on the handoff, and it's still down. Battle for the ball. I think Sandalwood's got it, and they do. They'll have the ball on the Creekside 42-yard line.
But well said, Oscar. I completely agree. A district championship was definitely a goal, I feel like, for every team every season, especially once we started getting more competent, once we started that playoff streak where we made it to the playoffs. I think it was it 5 years in a row? 6 years in a row.
With this win, Creekside would clinch their 5th straight playoff berth.
5th straight.
So that streak started your freshman year.
Yeah.
Ball on the 41.
Pretty excited to be a part of, and I'm so happy for these guys. These guys are our brothers. These guys we played with last year, and they're very passionate about the game.
Creekside, I believe, Tuck Driggers jumped off sides there. It'll be 1st down and 5 on the Creekside 36. Just thinking about, we were looking at some of the scores, and the one I'm looking at is Flagler, Palm Ghost, and Spruce Creek. If Flagler holds on in that ball game, that could really shift some of the playoff seeding and what we thought we might see. Those rankings that come out next Tuesday, they're going to be huge to decide playoffs, because we've still got 2 weeks left of Florida regular season football after the Hurricanes bye weeks. Is this one downfield? It's intercepted! Creekside just picked off Jarrell Sims. I believe that was Sean Villar. Sean Villar intercepts it and returns it back to the 22.
Look at Coach Mack. He loves that. That's a guy who doesn't get many opportunities, but when he does, he definitely makes the most out of it, whether it's on special teams or whatever, and you love to see that. Coach Mack is fired up for him, and all the players are just so excited for him. That is awesome.
Sean Villar got into the game a couple weeks ago against Atlantic Coast and got a sack. This time against Sandalwood, he gets a pick.
And it looks like Jackson Visconti's day is done as the junior Harrison Letty, number 3, comes into the game at quarterback.
Sophomore Harrison Letty.
Oh, yeah, he's a sophomore.
2 right, 1 left for the Knights. Letty hands the ball off, running up the middle. The Knights will get this one just shy of the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think the sophomore Harrison Letty is I think his talent still needs a little bit of developing, but I think he's got the mind for it. I think he's a very smart kid. I feel like he knows what I would say in quotations. I think he knows ball. So
Yeah.
I think he has a great he's got a great drive. He's a competitor. I watched him play many JV games last season, and I'm excited to see what he does in the future and to see if he's the next guy.
An update from Flagler, Palm Coast, and Spruce Creek, 29-20. Flagler with the lead as Creekside hand the ball off again to Davis Baldwin, just shy of the 35-yard line. Baldwin picks up the first down.
And as we're talking about playoff matchups, I mean, these are some critical teams that we have in there. Flagler Palm Coast is having one of the best seasons they've had in the last 5 or 6 years. And Spruce Creek, a team we've matched up with, we know how they play. They're a very good football team. And another team, University down in Orlando, they're a very solid team. So a lot of solid teams in the state of Florida in our region that we have matched up with for playoffs.
Timeout for a water break. 5:59 to play. It's 35-7 Creekside. The Knights just under 6 minutes away from their first district title in program history. Real estate is changing and you need an agent that's on top of it. Whether you're selling or buying, Tom Moore covers all the Jacksonville and St. John's areas. When you need a realtor, ask for Moore. Tom Moore. .5:59 to play. Creekside leading 35-7 in the district championship. Backups in the ball game as the Knights just running down clock to their first district title in program history. Their 17-year history. This is finally the year that they get it done.
And you know what's crazy, Noah? This isn't the best team Creekside's had to win a district championship. This is just a nitty-gritty team who finds a way to win. And Creekside is 4-4, but I mean, Creekside is when they had opportunities, they have certainly taken them and ran with it. So extremely excited for this group.
One thing I love about Creekside is I'll let Noah call this play real quick before I go into detail.
Creekside on their own 35-yard line. 2nd and 10. They give again to Baldwin, and he's only going to get 1 or 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8 or 9.
A lot of people wonder because we have good teams and maybe we would have better records if we had just maybe what you would call a normal schedule. But what I love about Creekside and Coach Mack is that we're not ducking smoke. We always go into the smoke and we're welcoming the fire. And we like going against hard teams. We like going against the difficult teams and being ready for the playoffs. I think it's honestly the best formula to have a playoff berth. If you don't think you're going to have a playoff berth, then get a weaker schedule. So that's why I think it's worked out for us. It was 6-4 last year, possibly 6-4 this year.
As the Knights snap 3rd and 8, give again to Baldwin, and just gets back to the line of scrimmage, 4th and 8. I think the one thing about that though is sometimes like if you don't win those games, like Spruce Creek, we should have won. We gave that game away in the end. That's the type of game where if you don't win, then you might end up getting matched up seeding-wise against a tougher team. So I think this year, there's a give and take to it, but Creekside certainly never shies away. Top 10 strength of schedule, top 15 strength of schedule this season, and last season is Caleb Harrigan helped off the field with an injury, and Man, you hate to see that. That's a kid who's fought back from a major injury over the offseason. He's always working really hard in practice just to get on the field, and you can see he's frustrated to have to come off.
And for Creekside, that's how we got into the playoffs last year. Our strength of schedule was so hard. We beat that Mandarin team who really helped us get into it and had just such a big strength of schedule, and that's really how it boosted us to get into the playoffs.
Mark Schroeder with the punt, and boy, it is a good one. Inside the 20 and still rolling. 12, 10, 8, wow. Mark Schroeder, a 50-plus yard punt. He might have earned himself a few more reps this season with that kick.
Coach Canterbury certainly fired up and loved to see that out of his backup punter and kicker. And Mark Schroeder, a first-time football player as well, as he's played soccer and he's joined the team for his senior season, so love to see that as well.
Now my only question is, why are they putting the ball on the 12 when Creekside downed it on the 8?
I think the officials are ready to go home, no. I'm just going to be honest.
3 minutes and 20 seconds still running in the fourth quarter. Creekside leading 35-7 over Sandalwood, and obviously we'll get the results in from tonight. We'll see the rankings next week, and this sets up a major game because now Creekside's in the playoffs. It's all about home field advantage and trying to get that first home playoff game in school history next week. 3 weeks from now for the first week of the playoffs. That pile still moving on to give up the middle. Sandalwood will get the first down just past the 25-yard line. For Creekside, you know how bad they want it, but if you get matched up against a higher-seeded district champion, then you're going on the road and most likely to Orlando, Daytona, that area.
And that would be brutal for us. I mean, we have worked so hard these last 2 or 3 years to just try to get into the playoffs and host a home playoff, and this is our best opportunity to host a home playoff game, and that'd be so huge for our program and our guys. As I know me and you, Brody, we really wish we got the opportunity to do that, and it would just suck if we're not able to.
It should.
First down and 10. Handoff for Sandalwood. Keon Nix to pick up maybe 3. It'll be second down and 7 as Creekside moving guys in and off the field. Second down and 8, under 2 minutes to play as Sandalwood huddles up, and Creekside, they're bouncing on the sidelines. They can feel it. They're closing in on that district title.
And another thing I wanted to add in is shout out to Coach Reed, man, linebackers coach for Creekside. He has came in after the absence of Coach Isako, and he's just been such a great vocal coach for us and our guys, and our linebackers have really improved this year, and just I wanted to give a big shout out to Coach Reed, man.
All the guys love him.
Oh, all the guys love Coach Reed.
2 left, 1 right. Another handoff up the middle, and this time it is stopped. Maybe 1 on that play. Saw Noah Eisnick in there again making a play, and there was 1 other Creekside Knight who wrapped him up trying to get a number. I believe that is Will Clark. Got in there, got the hit at the line of scrimmage. Third down and 7. 1 minute to go. Sandalwood breaks the huddle. 1 right, 2 left. It's another handoff, looking for an edge. Gets to about the 35-yard line. It'll be maybe just shy of a first down. That takes us under 30 seconds. That might be the last play of the game. 4th and 1, and the team's heading off the field. And it is official as the clock winds down to 0 for the first time in the 17-year history of Creekside football. The Knights are district champions. Sean McIntyre showered with water on the sidelines. He gets his little Gatorade bath, and Creekside will raise the trophy at the castle.
What a sight. What a sight, what a game, what a season so far, as we are certainly not done, as we've talked about, big one against Ponte Vedra, but I'm so happy for our guys. I mean, they really came through when we needed to, and this game we really took care of business, and Creekside Knights are district champions.
A great effort, great to see everyone get into the game and make an impact. Our final score, Creekside 35, Sandalwood 7. The Knights clinch the district championship and a playoff berth. Now it becomes, can you secure that home field advantage? That big game next week against Ponte Vedra as Creekside running over to the sidelines for the alma mater. They will raise the trophy here in front of their home crowd. Now I'm going to sign off. I'll get you some post-game content on social media, Instagram and Twitter, and we'll see you next week for a key matchup at Ponte Vedra. But for now, I am Noah Schlick Sports signing off, saying good night from the castle.